Hello, I want to welcome each and every of you to the maiden edition of Teens Reality TV show. I am your host, Pastor Udo. Our vision is to create a new brand of teenagers who can get to understand who they are, who they were created to be by God, and helping them navigate this life easily by His help. It is so important. Hello. I'm excited to be back once again on our lovely show, Teens Reality. I am your host, Pastor Odorubi, and I want to appreciate every one of you who has been tuning in consistently. To every one of you who has been sending out your love, your questions, your opinions, issues going on with you. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I want to assure you that you are in the right place. God has brought each and every one of you here for a purpose, and it is my desire that even as we help you address the issues that you face on a daily basis, that you will come to realize that you can build a wonderful and very fulfilling relationship with our Lord Jesus Christ. Alright, so last week we started addressing questions based on the series we had been handling for quite some weeks now, that is current realities faced by teens today that need to be addressed. So we took our time to, I think we answered like 3 questions last week. Let's see how many we're going to be able to answer today. But remember, listen closely. Many of the advice given to some of these questions are also applicable to your own questions. So that we did not pick your own questions does not mean that you're being sidelined. No, we have picked these ones that are able to give a broader perspective to as many questions that we sent in as possible. Now, on to our very first question. It says, how do I clock the threats that predators online and deep before things get weird? Yes, if you notice, from the previous questions we answered on our last episode, there seems to be some kind of build-up. So now someone wants to know, okay, there was someone who talked about, do I need to quit games? Do I need to quit being on social media? Another one talked about being touched inappropriately and parents not believing in her. Now, this is someone who is obviously spending time online, and you want to know, how can I know that this person is a predator? And I'll escape before I'm being scammed, escape before I'm lured out to come visiting and something happens, or become someone who is now being blackmailed. Now, there was one of the particular episodes we did, and it talked about 10 things that groomers say to kids. When you say groomers, these are people who are preparing kids to get to the point where they can like lose every sense of themselves and become people who are willing to do whatsoever those groomers say. Like 10 things to avoid. I think I'm going to do like a quick rundown of those 10 things so that these are taglines they use. Remember, we've pointed out that not everyone is who they appear to be online. Not every photo, video uploaded on the status is a real picture. You've not met, how many people do you have met in the world? Even in your city, in your town, in your village, you've met very few people. So you cannot assume that because a picture is uploaded there, it means that it's the actual person you're chatting with. Most especially if it's someone you've never met in real life, who perhaps doesn't go to school, church, or other social activities with you. No, you need to be careful. Now, one of the ways that these kind of people can like reel you in, you observe a pattern. Number one, they say things like, oh, you're so special, you're so unique. This is a popular tagline. You're so special, you're so unique. They're trying to make you feel different from others. And this can be especially harmful, or more make someone that is more it is how do I put it? It is more alluring, that's the word, to someone who has been feeling emotionally down. Imagine perhaps your friends have been shutting you out, you've been having issues with your friends, your teachers have been calling you out a lot, and things are generally not going well for you. And now you meet someone online who can tell you this. You're so special, you're so unique. You get you feeling, okay, this is the kind of company I need. And your response shows those groomers whether you have accepted that statement as a compliment. Your response shows they know what to watch out for. Then they graduate to saying things like, you're mature compared to other kids your age. It might be they've been telling you you're immature. Grow up, get real. And now this person is telling you you're mature. Even when you do things that are stupid, perhaps you've even related. Oh, this is what happened. My parents now told me that I'm not being mature, that I'm acting out. I should act my age. And now someone is telling you like the literal opposite. You're mature compared to kids your age. And be like, okay, this is someone who sees me for me. It has started. So I'm telling you what to watch out for. They're building a pattern here. Number 3, it gets to, oh, I feel like your parents don't really understand you. I understand you so much better. That's how. They've never met you. Your parents have known you your whole lives. I understand that parents can tend to be controlling, but remember that is because they love you, they care about you. They have seen you. They knew you even when you did not know yourself. When they had to take care of you, feed you, bathe you, when you were sick, they were the ones there for you. So now, a total stranger online comes to you and tells you that they understand you more than your parents. Please, I beg to disagree. I do not accept such an offer. I can only accept such statements if I'm someone like, if I'm a teenager who's been showed like this online and maybe send this kind of messages. I will only accept it from someone who has been your friend for like years and literally knows you. Yes. Someone you just met 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, they do not understand you much better than your parents who have known you your whole lives. They cannot love you as much as your parents love you. So do not be in a hurry to accept what they say over what your parents are pointing out, especially if your parents have been saying these kind of things for a longer period of time. There must be something your parents have observed that you need to take out time to listen to and now ask, what is it that they're trying to caution me or save me from? So be careful. Number 4, in our graduate school, I really like you. I miss you when you're not around. Wow. So remember now, you're having issues in school and you have now found a secure space where you come to relate with this person. You're done with school or maybe during your free breaks, you bring out your phone and you're chatting and you open up your message and this is what greets you. I really like you. Like, wow. You're on cloud 9. There's a butterflies in my stomach and this is what I want to hear. Like, oh, even if my crush in school hasn't been paying me attention, this person right here likes me and I think I'm going to go with this. And you are like feeling all good about yourself. This is another warning signal. They didn't need to tell you that they're missing you around here. Especially if you come out. And I mentioned when we actually aired that particular episode that if this message so happens to drop during a time where that person who is supposed to be in your age grade is supposed to be in school, it's also another red flag. It's a warning signal. Imagine someone sending you a message around 10 a.m. in the morning and the person has told you perhaps in how you guys were relating and releasing information about yourself that they live in the same country like you, or when I mean country, the same time zone. That's the word, time zone. So it doesn't mean that maybe your 10 a.m. is like maybe they're 7 p.m. somewhere, so that it makes sense for them to be dropping that message and it's reaching you at that time. That is a warning flag. Check the timing of when someone's supposed to send their messages and how often are they online. When it feels like the moment you're online, they're immediately greeting you. It lets you know that they are observing you and that this is a predator. This is a groomer in hiding, wanting to pull you in. Number 5, they go to the 3 words many teenagers are desperately trying to hear right now. I love you. You know, many times, some teenagers say these words to each other and are in a relationship, not necessarily because they understand what these words mean. They just say to know that, okay, I'm dating this guy, and 3 months later, it's over. They're on to the next one. So the question is that, was it really love that was involved in the first place? Why do I say this? I take my standard for love from Jesus, who loved us and actually died for us to save us. He proved his love. I'm not asking you to go and tell someone who loves you to go and kill themselves. Please, no. No. Because we've seen weird stories like that. We've heard weird examples of people saying, if you love me, You sleep with me. If you love me, you will do this for me. You give me money, because you're going to meet those who will actually begin to ask you for money and stuff like that. If you love me, you come to this location. If you love me, you cut off from your parents. Different kind of ultimatums given. And someone who loves you will not ask you to do that. They should not set conditions for your love. Why do I say Jesus' love is a standard? Jesus did not say to us, until you love me, then I'll die for you. The Bible says, while we were still in our sins, we were still sinners, Christ loved us and died for us. There was no condition to his love. And even right now, some of you right now watching the show are not born again. It doesn't stop God from loving you. It did not stop him from dying for you. Understand that. So he loves you. So that's the condition for love. So when someone tells you I love you, please understand that if you have observed the pattern from the first four statements said, they are building up to something. Number 6, they tell you it's okay. This relationship is okay. Because now they're trying to hint at you that we want to be something much more. After they've stated the 3 golden words, I love you, it means that we are progressing to something deeper. We might not have met in real life, but our emotions are real. Our hearts beat as one. A lot of emotional travail. And with ChatGPT nowadays, people can actually script out what they want to tell you. It's so easy. So to tell you it's okay, this relationship is okay, you're special and I'm special. No, it's not special. If it is not somebody that you've not met before. Now, I'm not telling you to be in a hurry to go and meet this online friend. Someone you've not observed personally for a period of time. It's not okay. Many times, if they're not telling you, don't tell other people about the relationship. That is a warning flag right now. That's a predator, that's a pedophile. Cut off immediately. Cut off, block that person on any of your social media accounts that they're following you on or chatting you up on. Cut them out immediately. You don't need such in your life. If they don't want to tell your parents or even other friends you've told them about that you hang out with, they're telling you, okay, let's keep it between me and you. That's a warning flag. Number 7, then they go on to, I really want to teach you things. I really want to show you things. What kind of things? Now, they're not talking about educational stuff or things that have to do with your daily life. They're talking about things that perhaps your parents have warned you about. They're directing you to pornographic sites. They're directing you to violent sites. Things that talk about committing suicide and stuff, about how it's normal. Some of you have even been led down this agenda of LGBTQ from some friends you had online. How do I say? Changing your mindset. Making you see things from a perspective that is so weird. In fact, I stumbled on a video and I stumbled on a video of a teenager is actually physically challenged. And still in that challenge, it's obvious that this person cannot even take care of himself. He's in a wheelchair. You can see his hands moving around in a weird way. This one who still needs someone to care for him 24/7 actually had this breast removal surgery carried out on him. Can you tell me that child was in the right state of mind, that's the right state of mind, to make that kind of decision for himself? So if whoever those person's parents or guardians would actually allow that kind of thing to happen, I do not believe he understood that thing enough to have whatever yes or no he might have communicated to those parents that made them feel they were in the position to go ahead with mutilating that child. It was so wrong. So some of you have had yourselves literally brainwashed. But people like this online, they tell you, I want to teach you things, I want to show you things. They begin to show you things that go against your moral upbringing. Things that are not good. Things that you have never imagined before. They begin to bring it into your view. So you are literally relating with people now who want to corrupt you and influence you in a wrong manner. You need to be careful. You need to be careful. Another point is, then they begin to tell you, you send me pictures of this and I'll send you pictures of this. Like pictures of yourself in a kind of revealing manner. I've actually seen, I remember I was watching a show of a mother who just happened to discover that her daughter had another Instagram account, and that on the second Instagram account, her daughter was uploading revealing pictures of herself. So she was surprised. I thought I was uploading pictures of herself in bikinis, revealing tops, and she had tons of followers. Tons of followers as opposed to the other accounts that she and the husband were aware that the daughter had. So now you're having this person tell you, send me pictures of yourself. Somebody tell you, send me nude pictures. Send me pictures of yourself in this or in that revealing manner. You need to be careful about that. Such a person is a pedophile and you should run for your life. Alright, right now I want us to go for a quick break and when we return we will continue. Remember, this is still Teens Reality on Life Changers Touch TV. If you have not subscribed, liked or followed us, now is the opportune time to do so. Go onto YouTube and just hit that like button and get ready to receive notifications every moment we go live each and every day. We want to hear from you, so feel free to reach out to us using the number +234 813929 2708 or send an email to teensreality@lifechangerstouch.org. Stay tuned, we'll be back shortly. Hello, I want to welcome each and every one of you to the maiden edition of Teens Reality TV show. I am your host, Pastor Udo. Our vision is to create a new brand of teenagers who can get to understand who they are, who they were created to be by God, and helping them navigate this life easily by His help. It is so important. Welcome back from a quick break. Thank you for staying tuned. This is still Teens Reality and I'm your host, Pastor Odonwobi. Okay, so we're talking about ways to identify predators online and escape before they entrap you, lure you out into doing stupid things that you will regret for the rest of your life. We've taken our time to list quite an item of things or words that these groomers, pedophiles are likely to use to draw you in, bring you in, and make you think, okay, this is someone you can relate with, who understands you, cares about you, but that you must watch out for as red flags, a signal that you're not chatting with an ordinary person. So we talk about that they will urge you to send pictures of this, send pictures of that, evening pictures, and then they go on to tell you this is between us alone. This is between us alone. If it gets out, you will be the one to get in trouble. Now, this usually comes after you have sent a revealing picture about yourself or a video. You understand? They tell you this is between us alone. If it gets out, you'll be the one to get in trouble. So now there is pressure on you. What was I thinking when I sent out that kind of picture of myself? Why did I not ask questions? Some of you right there in that position. You sent out pictures to people that who I know yet have come out to tell you that yes, I'm not who you think I am. But now you're wondering, could this actually happen? Because what happens next is extortion. You see a progression to physical meetings and perhaps sexual contact that now is born of blackmail. Come out to meet me in this location. I have these pictures of you, I have these videos of you. If you don't come out, I'm going to send it to your parents. I'm going to send it to your family members, to all of your friends, all of your school phone. Remember, at this time, you have told them everything about yourself, so they know everything about you. And at this moment, it feels like there's nothing you can do about it. So these are things that you can use to peg pedophiles online and ensure that you do not fall prey to them. I made mention of before we went on that quick short break that there are people who are grooming people who make them get to the point that they no longer think for themselves in the right way. They are made to think the way these groomers want them to think. Now, I want us to watch a quick video to see an example of what I'm talking about and ask yourself, could this really have been this person's choice? Watch it with me now.
I'm going to challenge myself and be very kind when I say this. When we talk about progressive ideology and leftism being poisonous to society, This is what I mean. I'm not even going to go there about the caregiver. I'm looking directly at the medical professionals now who signed off on this surgery. You have just created a whole new plethora of challenges and health issues for a person who is already incapable of independently managing their own needs. This is not an example of equal rights. This is an example of exploitation, medical malpractice, and the absence of integrity and humanity, all in favor of woke ideology.
You saw that for yourself. This is obviously someone who has been groomed to think, oh, you're disabled. So perhaps there's something wrong with you. He obviously, it's a she now. She obviously cannot talk. You see the way she's struggling with. It's what you call on, what's the word? They say when they're on this autism spectrum that they're unable to talk. They don't speak. So the question is, how did this girl get to thinking that she was trans in the first place? Because if she did not think she was trans, that kind of surgery, that top surgery would not have been suggested to her in the first place, and then she was not brought on board. This is a girl who obviously needs a caregiver 24/7. What does she know? And now, her breasts have literally been removed. Does removing those breasts make her become a boy? No. The answer is no. For many of you teenagers right now who think this is what you do, so some of you are actually counting down time till you get to 18 and you can perform this kind of surgery. Oh, I want to get rid of my breast. I want to get rid of my female private parts or my male private parts. It's not going to change who you are. God made you to be a boy or a girl, male or female. There is no middle line. And anybody who seeks to make you become ashamed of who you are, or who tries to validate your feelings of inadequacy in that body you were created in, does not love you. They do not. It is normal to feel weird about the changes you're experiencing in your body and think, okay, I need to just do what I'm feeling right now. But the question is, things done in the heat of the moment, when you eventually calm down, there's no room left to regret. Look at the surgery done on that child. You know, we watched another video. I thank God we played that video. There was a previous video of someone just like this now, a girl, who also did this kind of top surgery, and that it was actually a plastic surgeon who did it on her. So that when he was done, he did not remove all of her breast tissue. Now, she eventually switched back into being a woman, got married to a man, and now she got pregnant. Having got pregnant, her milk came in. So the body still produced milk, even though that surgery had been done to remove, the breasts were removed, but the nerves, other things going on within the body was not attended to. It was just a cosmetic surgery. And she was like, she's in literal pain every single day. Can you imagine that kind of person wanting to get pregnant a second time and wanting to produce? Because that milk will keep coming in for at least 6 months to 1 year before it stops. Some people go on to produce milk for as long as 2 years, 3 years. And that is it. She never knew what pain was until she felt that milk coming. So imagine this person that we just watched on video deciding one day that, okay, I'm going to get married, I'm going to settle down. Then what happens to her? Be careful. Before you're in a rush to make a decision, be careful that you're not making a decision you're going to regret for the rest of your life. Ask questions. Ask questions. Please doubt those kind of medical professionals who are in a hurry to conduct this kind of surgery on you. Do not trust them. They're all about going with this woke ideology, getting everybody on board, letting people do what they want to do. You're not a dog, you're not a cat, you're not an animal. So do not allow yourself to be treated as such. You are a human person with feelings and with emotions who deserves to be made to understand that the way God made you is wonderful. There is nothing wrong with you. Alright. Now, we're going to take a final question before we round up today's episode. It says, best advice for me. Now, this is someone asking for me because I'm alone like 247. My parents are full on free range mood. Honestly, they don't really check me. I'm not out here doing dumb stuff, but seeing my classmates with lots of involved parents gets me kind of down. Any tips? Okay. I think there are some people who actually envy your situation. Like, who imagine having parents who don't care, who are not monitoring you 24/7, watching what you're doing online, setting curfews for you. But I like the fact that you actually realize that this is something that you need in your life. I like the fact that you can see other kids relating with parents and realize that there is something missing that you want for yourself. That's normal. That's normal. I think what you should do first of all is actually meet your parents. Now, I do not know, you're not being clear if there are parents who travel a lot or if there are those who are there but who don't just pay attention. That can be either of these two issues. They actually those who are not around a lot, they travel a lot, when they just leave you with a nanny who you do not have to answer to, who actually has to answer to you, or it's a situation where they are there but they could not be bothered about you. Whichever of the case this is, I think what you should do is try to, number one, get their attention. Anytime you can get them to sit down to have like a physical meeting with you. If you cannot have a physical meeting immediately, you can try going for an online meeting, like chat, call them and let them know, okay, mom, dad, please, I think we need to discuss something serious. Now, before you call them up, now, depending on the kind of parents you have, you might want to prepare what you want to say carefully. You're trying to convince them to come around to the point of understanding that as parents, they need to be involved in what you do. You want them to monitor you. You want them to be involved in your life. You want to know that there are certain boundaries for you. You want them to know that their input is something you want. So what do? If possible, you can take clips from this our show and reach out to them and let them know that, okay, like we did a series a while back on parental supervision and its importance, the benefits of it. So you can refer back to that, one of our previous episodes, and just like have them watch it together with you. Number two, you can tell them how perhaps they're not being involved in your life. Talk about perhaps the disadvantages you felt. It might be that maybe your grades are not good because no one is actually monitoring you to check that you do your homeworks, do projects, go to school on time, read for tests. So you're not just passing, you are barely passing, but you're not actually being outstanding. Perhaps you feel that you can be so much better than this. So prepare this kind of evidences to show them why they should step up more to their responsibilities as parents. I made mention when we were discussing during that previous series done that being a parent is much more than just being the biological father and mother of that child. It's so much more. It involves being hands-on, involved with what your child does. So let them know that you need it. You can also point out the benefits of friends around you. You see who have the involvement of your parents and how it has been affecting them and how you want it for yourself. But as you're talking to them, remember to be respectful and just let them know how you feel. They might not accept immediately, but please don't give up. Reach out to us again and let us know the kind of response they give to you. All right. Thank you so much. I believe I've been able to answer that question. But I want to let you know and congratulate you. I'm happy that you say that you don't do bad stuff. So it's obvious that you have a moral kind of standard for yourself already, even though they might not have set it for you. So keep doing that. And I encourage you, since you have a lot of free time to yourself, it might be time to begin building a relationship with the Lord. You might try getting a Bible for yourself and seeing what God has to say about you. He is also a father who wants to be involved in your life. And I can be certain, or you can be certain, that the moment you invite him to take on that role, he is ready. He's going to accept immediately and get on board with you. Alright, that brings us to the close of today's episode. Thank you for staying tuned. I'm sure you have learned a lot. Now I want you to keep your questions coming in, your opinions, things that have been going on in your life. And remember, we want to know what is happening with you. Use the number +234 813 929 2708 or send an email to teensreality@lifechangerstorage.org. We want to hear from you. Till I come your way again in the next episode, remember, do stay blessed. I am Pastor Grooming. Love you. Hello, I want to welcome each and every one of you to the maiden edition of Team's reality TV show. I am your host, Pastor Udo. Our vision is to create a new brand of teenagers